Hey, everybody, welcome to the Revolutionary Era, or we could call it the American Revolution era, or call it Revolutionary War era. It all is the same thing. The word revolution means big change. So we have a big change era, and it has to do with what will become America. And this does have a war in it. And anytime we have a war, we have to know the causes. That's a big part of that. So there's going to be several causes, but today it's not as much of an event you're going to learn about as a situation that's going to upset the colonies over time. So, we're going to get started. Today, you are successful if you can tell me what this word means, mercantilism, and if you can tell me why it upsets the colonists and why it makes England so happy. So, let's get started. Mercantilism. You might want to say that out loud. Mercantilism. Okay, what this is an economic system that forced the colonies to sell raw materials to England and then purchase manufactured goods from England. It's actually quite simple. And remember, when you see this word, economic, a lot of times, remember, some of y'all, you're not processing what that means. Economic, cross it out, right? Money every time. So this is a money system. So that means mercantilism has to do with money. Okay. So here's where we start. Um, the colonies here have to take all of their raw goods, so all those cash crops, lumber, fish, all of these things, and ship it over to England. They have to. It's the law. Mercantilism is like it's a system that's a rule. It's a law. So they are going to take the stuff, they have to ship it to England. Remember, England's like mama, and you do what mama says, and mama said you better ship those goods. But it sounds good at first, right? Because mercantilism says, hey, colonies, take all your raw materials and we'll guarantee we're going to buy them from you. So the colonies are like, yay, 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 yay. Okay, we can grow as much and we have a guaranteed buyer. Sounds great. However, that buyer is going to, in this case, choose how much they're going to pay you for those things, which can over time turn out to be not so good because the colonies say, hey, let's sell some of our cash crops to France. And England says, oh, no, you won't. Because part of mercantilism, the rule is you have to sell these things to England. You have to give them to mama. You can't give them to somebody else. So the colonies are, wait, but France will pay us more. Don't care. Don't matter. You have to sell to England. Now, this is great for England because they're guaranteed all these raw materials at a low price. Then they're going to take something and make stuff out of it. So if someone has to send over sugar to England, over in England, they can make molasses and then they sell it back to the colonies at a higher price. So then the colonies might be like, well, we can buy molasses from France for a lower cost. England says, no, 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 sorry. Mercantilism is the rule, and you have to buy from us. You have to sell to us. You have to buy from us. And manufactured goods, don't let that word bother you. Manufactured means made, make stuff. So we don't manufacture bananas or sugar. That's all stuff that's natural. That's a raw material. But we do manufacture molasses. That doesn't grow. That's like a jelly, sweet kind of jelly syrup. Or we don't we do manufacture shoes or teapots or chairs. Those are all manufactured because we have to make them. They don't grow out of the ground. The colonies is sending raw materials. England is sending over manufactured goods, but the colonies have to pay for it at a higher price. So recap, mercantilism, it's a money system. And here are the rules. Colonies, you must sell all your manufactured goods, or raw materials to England. And colonies, you must buy all your manufactured goods from England. So this system of mercantilism is awesome for England, not so much the colonies at all. So this is going to start to gain it where the colonies are going to get angry. They're not going to like mercantilism. Okay, so let's look at a picture to understand this. Let me teach you how to do this. When we get anything, we make a list. of what we see. So here's a political cartoon. You're going to look at, here's the mother country that represents Great Britain or slash England. And then you have the colonies. I want you to take a second and I want you to think about everything you see here. Do that now. Pause the video and think about everything that you see. Okay. So this right here represents, let's see if I can write well with this. England. And then this is pretty simple because it says colonies right here. So we know it's the colonies. So you see England, she's got this look like, oh, for me. And she is, as you can see, very healthy. She eats well. She's got jewels on, very fancy. I see she's sitting at a table. She's got her plate. She's got her knife, her wine glass, and just sitting pretty, right? And then you have the colonies who are like, here, have gold and silver, have some food, have some raw materials. We're here to serve you. You just be seated. And so, and they're wearing like maid outfits. So do you see this? How England is like sitting pretty, getting all these things. They're wealthy, life is good. And who is serving them? The colonies. They're serving them with everything that they could possibly want. So who's happy in this? Sure looks like the mother country. Who's the person that is the servant for them? The colonies. So England happy, colonies won't be. So here's a political way to show mercantilism, the way that the colonies have to serve the mother country. So here's what you're going to do for your assignment. You are going to write down, I see that still stays there. So we're going to erase this. Erase, erase, erase. Here's what you're going to do. Right here, you are going to write down two things that you see. Uh-oh, sorry, I'm messing up on here. You're going to type in two things you see in the cartoon, and then one object of detail that you don't think others will see. And it says people describing words. You're going to type down you're going to type down what you're describing the woman sitting down, which I know I've kind of already done these for you, but this is your first time to do that. And then the woman standing up, you're going to describe them. The title's already Mercantilism Argument for Colonial Expansion. Don't really worry, that's kind of a wordy title. An inference. An inference is nothing but a fancy word for a guess. So based on what I see, I can guess because I see a happy Great Britain or mother country. I can infer the mother country likes mercantilism because all you're doing is making a good guess. That is inference. It's just a fancy word for that. And then a conclusion. The most important thing from this cartoon is blank because it sends a message that, oh, the most important could be she's happy because it sends a message that, or they are the maids. So it sends a message that they're like serving the mother country. There's different ways you can see, make a conclusion, wrap it up, what you see happening here, an overall situation. So this is called an optics, and we fill this in. And the way in history we do this is by, we are going to just, we always have to pick apart and write down the things that we see. So you're going to complete this and turn that in. And then you're welcome for an amazing video. This is one of the best videos of the school year, and you are going to watch this. I feel like I just have to get it started. This is a mercantilism rap. It's usually one of the favorite things for my students. So you'll play this video. It is awesome. Watch it. The beat will be stuck in your head. And then when you are done, you'll go to colonial and British points of view. So here's how you'll complete this. Here's the rules of mercantilism. You're going to tell me how the colonies react and how the British react. So rule number one, colonies have to sell raw materials to England. Colonists were, and then I want you to go down to the word bank down here and use one of the words. Are they glad? Do the colonists like mercantilism? Or and then tell me why. Just give me very simple, quick reasons. So colonists were, so an example, are they happy about this, upset, angry? They're kind of upset. You could put resentful, frustrated, and explain yourself. So it better be a negative word for this. So colonies had to sell raw materials to England. The colonists were frustrated because they want to sell to other countries to make money, because they want to make more money from selling to other countries. They want to be able to have more control over who they sell to. Any way you could answer that. Now, on the flip side, the British were, and then you type your, this will be positive, delightful, glad, pleased. Why do they like how they have to sell to England? Well, because England can, they set the price, they get it for cheaper, they're guaranteed raw materials. And then you have the next rule, colonies had to buy manufactured goods from England. Well, why do the colonists not like that? Well, because they could buy stuff from other people for cheaper, or you want the flexibility of being able to buy stuff that England doesn't make from other places. So please explain that. And then why do the British like it? This is going to be positive. So why do the British like that the colonies have to buy their stuff? Well, think about this. If you owned a business and someone was forced to buy stuff from you, wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, you know you're going to make money. And then the third rule, colonies could not trade with any other country except Great Britain. Again, what is the negative? Pick a negative word. And then why would the colonists want to be able to trade with other people? Because when you can sell and buy from other people, if you're selling to other people, maybe they're going to buy stuff from you for more money than England would. Or if you buy from other countries, you could get stuff for cheaper. And then why is the British like this? Again, it's going to be positive. Well, again, you're controlling the colonies. So with mercantilism, who's making money? Great Britain. Who is not making as much money? The colonists. They have to pay more for goods plus sell their stuff for less. Not really too much great stuff about mercantilism for the colonies, but this was the rule. This is the rule between Great Britain and the colonies, because mama is the mama. She's Great Britain. The colonies are her kids, and her kids have to listen to her rule, and her rule is mercantilism. So you're going to complete this chart, and when you're done with that, you'll type an answer. One effect of mercantilism on the colonies was, give me an answer. This effect, tell me if it was negative or positive. That's it. Create a hashtag over mercantilism. You don't have to do this part. So if you're listening to the video correctly, I'll know that you are listening, because I don't want you to do the hashtag. I want you to complete this sentence and tell me the negative or positive. So you are successful today if you can tell me what mercantilism is, and then describe the from a point of view. Why do the colonists love it? I'm sorry, why do the colonists hate it? And why do the British love it? If you can do that and discuss mercantilism with somebody, you are successful. You better make sure you watch this rap video, because it is awesome and super entertaining, and I love it. If you have questions, please write me on Google Classroom or send me an email. First cause of the American Revolutionary War, which is going to happen, the first cause of our bad relationship between Great Britain and the colonies is mercantilism.